Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a tutorial using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. So the first color I'm going to use is Raw Sienna, and I'm going to take that with a fluffy blending brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk 109 brush, and I'm just going to blend that all over my crease. And on my eyes using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and setting that with some face powder. Next shade I'm going to take is Rogar? I'm not sure, don't kill me. But I'm going to take that with a Morphe M433 brush and blend that into my crease. And I'm really just going to add this color and really take my time blending it and building it up, because this, as you can see, is a really pigmented color and we don't want to use too much, so you just want to take your time adding and blending. It's so pigmented, but it's also really easily blendable. Then just going back in with that clean fluffy brush we used initially and just further blending out that look, and this will just make any look turn out really seamless. With the pencil brush, I'm going to take the shade Love Letter, which is a really pigmented, rich pink, and I'm just going to place that onto the outer V of my eye. And I like to use the pencil brush just for more precise placement, and then I'll go in with a blending brush and further just blend that a little bit into my crease and just further blend it out. Then I'm going to go in with Primavera, and I'm going to take that with a MAC 242 brush, any flat shader brush, and just pack that on to my lid. And right off the bat, this is so pigmented. I even went in with some MAC Fix Plus just to intensify, but on its own, I think it's just perfect. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Red Ochre, and I'm going to take another pencil brush and I'm going to put that further into the outer edge of my eye. And this, I'm really going to kind of shape out their outer V and intensify. It looks close to kind of the pink, but as you intensify and build up this color, you can really kind of see the definition that it creates and the kind of difference it is from the pink, the richness of it. Then just going in with a completely clean brush and blending that out. And take your time blending, and windshield wiper motions as well as little circle motions, and just blend and add more color if needed. If anything, take your time with the deeper the shade, take your time and it'll turn out better. Then I'm just going in with a tissue and cleaning up the edges, and you can blend that out. For my foundation, I'm going to mix the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I will have a review on this foundation coming up next after this video. Just dotting that into my face and then working that in with the Beauty Blender. Further conceal, I'm using the Tarte Maracuja Creases Concealer. This is such a pigmented, really rich concealer, and I'm just using that to hide any blemishes. This is probably my favorite concealer for face blemishes. Then I'm going to take the Josie Maran Illuminizer liquid, and I'm just going to dot that on the tops of my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose, just the places I would normally highlight with, say, a powder, and blend that out with a Beauty Blender. So if you don't like a more powder form because it doesn't sit well on your skin, use a liquid form. And this is probably one of my favorite liquid form illuminators. And you can even just do this just bare skin and glow to the gods. Then I'm going to take my Rimmel Scandal Eyes liner and nude, and I'm going to line my waterline. I added my gel liner in Maybelline Studio, and then I went ahead and added Ardell number 206 lashes. To correct my under eyes, I'm going to use the Urban Decay concealer, naked concealer in the peach tone, just to kind of get rid of any dark circles. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my Beauty Blender. And then for my actual concealer, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is going to be a lighter shade, and that's why I like to use that peachy corrector so that my dark circles won't show as much. So just going to use that to kind of highlight the areas of my face, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, underneath my eyes, and a little bit above the cupid's bow and my chin, and then going back in with that Beauty Blender to blend that out. Especially if you have dry skin, I would definitely suggest the Beauty Blender when blending out underneath your eyes, and especially if you're dry under there, because it just adds a little bit more moisture and keeps it from really caking up and drying out. And I forgot to show, but I used the Ambient lighting powder by Hourglass in Diffused Light to set my under eye. So I actually like to separate one eye, do it with the beauty blender, blend it out, and then go in with that powder before anything creases. If I do both eyes at once, I usually go back in before adding that powder just one more time so that it doesn't settle into my fine lines underneath my eyes. And this is the Real Techniques setting brush. I love this brush for underneath the eyes, or if you just want to highlight all over the face as well. And now I'm just going in with that burnt orange color, and I'm going underneath my eyes and I'm blending that out. I actually done this before I did my concealer, and I was like, why did I do this? I have to do my concealer. So instead of showing you twice, I'm just going to show you one more time, and that's just mixed with the other shades that I use on my eye as well. We'll be going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and just lightly dusting that around my face to set my foundation, especially around the areas where I will be adding a blush and bronzer. And the bronzer I'm going to be using is the Sephora bronzer in the color Los Cabos, and this is their more universal shade, and I'm just going to add that around the perimeters of my face just to kind of warm up the skin, especially since I'm doing a more intense smoky eye. And just underneath my chin, just all around the perimeters of the face basically. And I'm using this Morphe. This is their E4 brush, so fluffy. I'm going to take the Catrice contour powder, and this is going to be more so for definition, so I'm going in with that more flathead brush, and for precise placement, just adding that right into my cheekbones, just to give myself some cheekbones, the illusion of cheekbones, and kind of slim down the face. And just kind of adding that, brushing it up, not down, because you want to lift the face. And then I will go back in with that fluffy blending brush, or that contour, bronzer, blush. You can use that for so many things, but at the end I like to kind of blend everything out just so we don't have harsh lines, we have a more defined face. Then I'm going to use the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Cameo. So if you were a little bit messy, if you kind of drop down a little bit, you're in a rush, just kind of add that underneath your bronzer and contour, just kind of where you want to clean it up. And in general, if you just don't like to be, you know, precise or anything, you can always just use this. I do a powder like this, let it sit there for a little bit, and then while I'm waiting for that, I'll go in with my MAC blush in the color Melba. And this is a Target Up and Up brush. This is probably one of my favorite blush brushes. Love it so much. And just adding my blush. Then I go in with my highlight. This is a Loreal highlight in the color Gilded Honey, and I am just going for it with this highlight. I was just loving it. I feel like the more that I use it, the creamier that it gets. I love it. If you've not picked up this highlight, definitely pick it up. And I feel like the tanner that you are, the better this is going to look. So just adding this to high points of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, on my lip. I'm just going ham with this highlight right now. I just love it, especially in the summertime. Now I'm getting a little bit tanner. I love it. Then just going in with that blending brush and blending off the powder that we had under our cheeks and blending the blush as well as my highlight together, just so it looks a little bit more of a seamless transition. Then I'm going to go in with the color Tempera, and I'm just going to add that underneath my brow bone to highlight. And you can use this, or you can use more of a matte shade, but it wasn't too shimmery, so I added that. Then I'm mixing Tempera and Vermeer, and I'm adding that on my inner corners just to give it more of a shimmery highlight. For my lips, I'm using the Anastasia Catnip. This is a really nice pretty pink. You can do nude, you can go dark. I feel like you can do a lot. It's still kind of neutral, but you can still also, it's a little bit different because of those pinks, and it's really like got that glam to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you haven't picked up this palette, I definitely recommend it. I love this and definitely want to do some more looks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.